People who dated their coworkers. How did that turn out for you? I'd been working at this mid-sized company for 4 years when Kelsey started as a junior data analyst. She seemed really overwhelmed on her first week, struggling with Excel formulas and looking lost during meetings. I felt bad watching her stress out, so I offered to help with her first big report. We started eating lunch together. She'd ask me about work stuff, but then we'd talk about random things like Netflix shows and weekend plans. She was funny and easy to talk to. After about 2 months, we were texting all the time. One Friday after work, she asked if I wanted to grab drinks. That's when it started. We kept things quiet at work. Company policy didn't ban dating coworkers, but we figured it was better to stay professional. I really liked her. She was smart and ambitious. When her 6-month review was coming up, I helped her prepare. I showed her how to make her reports look more polished and gave her tips on handling our manager, who was super picky about everything. The review went amazing. She got glowing feedback and a surprise promotion to lead analyst. I was genuinely happy for her, even though I'd been hoping to move up from IT support myself someday. But I never applied for anything, so it wasn't like she took my job or anything. That's when things got weird. She started acting different. During lunch, she'd check her phone constantly instead of talking. In group projects, she'd take credit for stuff we worked on together. She stopped inviting me to after-work hangouts with the team. The worst part was during meetings, she'd correct me in front of everyone, even when I wasn't wrong. One day she pulled me aside and said, "I think we should keep things professional from now on. It's for the best." I was hurt, but I respected it. I stopped texting her. I focused on work. I figured she wanted space to focus on her new role. But then weird stuff started happening. My manager called me into his office saying I was being uncooperative during team tasks. I had no idea what he was talking about. A week later, HR wanted to discuss inappropriate comments I supposedly made during a project meeting. I was completely confused. Kelsey was now on the leadership team for our department. Every time there was an issue with my behavior, she backed up the claims. She'd nod seriously and say things like, "Yes, Zach has been difficult to work with lately," or "He's becoming toxic to the workplace environment." I got placed on probation. People started avoiding me. My reputation was falling apart. I felt like I was going crazy. Then Angela from accounting messaged me privately. Angela was always quiet and kept to herself. She said, "You should watch your back. Kelsey is making you look like a problem on purpose." I asked what she meant. Angela told me Kelsey had been telling people I wasn't taking the breakup well and was being petty at work. That's when I realized this wasn't just a bad breakup. This was a setup. I started collecting evidence quietly. I went through my emails and found every time Kelsey had asked for help on reports. I saved Slack messages where she credited my work as hers. I even had a recording from a team meeting where she dismissed my input, then repeated the exact same idea 5 minutes later as her own brilliant suggestion. The hardest part was staying calm while she kept sabotaging me. In one meeting, she interrupted me mid-sentence to say, "Zach, that approach won't work. We need something more strategic." Then she suggested literally the same thing I was about to say. HR was hesitant when I first approached them. But once I laid out all the evidence and explained that the allegations were likely retaliation for our breakup, they launched a formal investigation. 2 weeks later, I was cleared of all misconduct charges. Kelsey was fired 3 days after that. Turns out, during the investigation, several coworkers admitted she had privately bragged about using Zach to get ahead and making sure he knew his place. She'd been manipulating the situation from the beginning.